guest is many things, but tonight we'll call her an activist. She hit me up and asked me if I'd be interested in talking about a very taboo subject in our communities. And like the true seeker of truth and information that I am, I said absolutely. Hey, this topic or that topic we spoke about that day is mental illness. So what I need you to do is please give it up for my first guest. She goes by simple moniker. We just going to call her Georgia B. Georgia B., welcome to the show.
Hello, Clark. Thank you so much for having me on. This means so much to me.
Oh, man, I'm just happy to have you here, man. And, again, I'm really excited that you hit me up and challenged me to say, hey, look, you know, you're talking about a lot of stuff, and it's all good, but have you talked about this? And quite honestly, I don't think we have, and if we have, it probably was not to any significant magnitude. So we're about to change that right now, right?
Yeah, indeed. You know, I believe that, like you said before in the intro, that mental illness is something that is very taboo amongst the black community. Most times when people are even called crazy in any kind of way, they either can jokingly laugh it off, or sometimes they can take it to heart if they're being told that more than once. And as a person myself who has, you know, I was diagnosed with having bipolar disorder, which is a form of mental illness. It's a mood disorder. And do you mind if I go on?
I do not. I mean, you know, I think we all think we know, but in many cases we don't know unless we've had someone near to us and dear to us who suffer from any of these things. I think we're all kind of in the dark guessing and, you know, basically saying what we heard on TV.
Right, yeah. Most times the average person don't really understand that having a mental illness is far beyond just being labeled as being crazy. There are different degrees of mental illnesses, from the most common mental illness, which is depression. It is the most common one and the less threatening one. You get a little depressed, and then eventually you'll bounce back to yourself. For someone who, like myself, who was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, my depression is a little bit deeper and lasts a little bit longer. So therefore, you know, I've noticed, like, throughout the course of my life, I've run into a couple of sisters who just exhibited some, you know, depression symptoms, but most times will pass it off with a smile or with a strong exterior that, you know, I can, you know, get up and go and live my life and do what I need to do, and depression is not going to get me down. But deep down inside, it's probably lasting longer than what it should. And what I've come to realize that with, you know, with black women and with black people, you know, all together, most times we shun away the thought of having any type of mental illness, whether it be a bout of depression or whether it be something a little bit more serious, such as my case with being bipolar. And so that's why I had to reach out to you. I had to.
Well, I will say this, that certainly we now know why that topic is front and center for you, why mental illness means enough for you to champion and become an activist and inform people of the reality of it, whether they want to push it on their cover or not. But why do you think African Americans specifically are so taken aback about talking on this subject?
Because of just being labeled crazy, and also having not really the burden, but having the responsibility of presenting this I'm strong exterior, and depression is something that, you know, I don't claim that. You know, that's not me. You know, I'm strong, or I'm this or I'm that. And deep down inside, the issue is still brewing. So most times we run from the warning signs that, well, hey, you know, maybe I may need to go and see a doctor because, you know, this depression is grabbing a hold of me, and now I'm trying to do things such as drink a little drink. You start out with a small drink, and you feel a little soothed with whatever was bothering you on the inside. That drink has kind of soothed you down a little bit. And